الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلي وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. Explanation of the hadith, and then there will be a Khilafah upon the prophetic method written by Islam Siv. This hadith is an informative hadith and does not carry any command. However, it is good news to the believers that our current situation of tyranny and oppression will come to an end, and rightly guided Khilafah will return. فقد روى إمام أحمد بن نعمان بن بشير رضي الله عنه قال كنا جلوسا في المسجد فجاء أبو ثعلب الخشني فقال يا بشير من سعيد أتحفظ الحديث الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم في امرأة؟ فقال حذيفة أنا أحفظ خطيبته. فجلس أبو ثعلب فقال حذيفة قال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم تكون النبوة فيكم فيكم ما شاء الله أن تكون، ثم يرفع الله إذا شاء أن يرفعها، ثم تكون الخلافة على منهج النبوة فتكون ما شاء الله أن تكون، ثم يرفع الله إذا شاء أن يرفعها، ثم تكون ملكا آدم فيكون ما شاء الله أن يكون، ثم يرفع إذا شاء الله أن يرفعها، ثم تكون ملكا جبريا فتكون ما شاء الله أن تكون، ثم يرفع الله إذا شاء أن يرفعها، ثم تكون خلافة على منهج النبوة. ثم سكت. قال حبيب فلما قام عمر بن عبد العزيز وكان يزيد بن نعمان بن بشير في صحابته فكتبت إليه بهذا الحديث أذكره إياه، فقلت له إني أرجو أن يكون أمير المؤمنين يعني عمر بعد الملك العادل والجبرية، فأدخل كتابي على عمر بن عبد العزيز فشار به وأجابه. Narrated by Ahmad in Isnad from Al-Nu'man bin Bashir, who said, we were sitting in the mosque of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Bashir was a man who did not speak much. So Abu Talaba al-Khashri came and said, O Bashir bin Sa'id, have you misread the words of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam regarding the rulers? Hudayfa replied, I have memorized these words. So Abu Talaba sat down, and Hudayfa said, there will be a prophethood as long as Allah will this to be, then he will remove it when he wills. Then there will be a Khilafah on the prophetic method, and it will be for as long as Allah wills. Then he will remove it when he wills. Then there will be a waiting rule, that is Malakan Adam, for as long as Allah wills. Then he will remove it when he wills, and then there will be a oppressive rule, Malakan and Jibriya, for as long as Allah wills. Then he will remove it when he wills, and then there will be a Khilafah upon the prophetic method. Then he was silent. Habib said, when Umar ibn Abdulaziz became Khalif, I wrote to him mentioning this relation to him and saying, I hope you will be the command of the faithful after the baiting and the oppressive kingdoms. It pleased and charmed him, that is the Umar ibn Abdulaziz. Reference Musnad Ahmad bin Hanbal Hadith 18430, As-Sahih Al-Albani Hadith 5. It has been declared Hassan bin Shu'aib Arnold, and Albani classified it as Sahih. The text quoted is the one from Musnad Ahmad. There are 5 distinct There are 5 distinct periods mentioned in the hadith. Number 1, prophethood. Number 2, Khilafah on the prophetic method. Number 3, baiting rule, Malakan Adam. 4, oppressive rule, Malakan Jibriya. 5, Khilafah on the prophetic method. The period of Khilafah on the prophetic method is not disputed, and this applies to the first five guided caliphs, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, and Hassan. This period lasted for 30 years. With regards to the periods of baiting and oppressive rule, then there is difference of opinion, and 3 possible explanations have been given by the ulama. Number 1, Habib, one of the narrators of the hadith above, has applied the periods of baiting and oppressive rule to the Umayyad period, Umayyads period prior to Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. It then applies the fifth period of Khilafah on the prophetic method of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. Al-Albani in his book السلسلة الصحيحة responds to this explanation. ومن البعيد الذي جعل الحديث على الأمر بن عبد العزيز لأن خليفته كانت قريبة الأحد بالخلافة الراشدة ولم يكن بعد ملكا ملك العاد وملك الجبر والله أعلم. It is far-fetched for me to say that the hadith applies to Umar ibn Abdul Aziz because his Khalifa was too close to the period of the first Khilafah Rashida. And after this first Khilafah Rashida, two periods, that is the period of hereditary rule and the period of oppressive, did not take place. Allah knows best. Abu Luqman in his book 60 Sultaniya states, the baiting rule Malik and Adan refers to the misapplication of the taking of the Pledge of Allegiance, which was taken by force and then supposedly handed down by hereditary rule rather than by consent. The oppressive rule Malik and Jibriya is the period of time when the Muslims were ruled by those whose rule was based upon Islam but were oppressive upon the people, as indicated by the Prophet in other narrations that the Muslims should obey their leader even if he whips their backs, as long as he does not order them to commit sin. The last part of the hadith is a glad tidings for the Muslim Ummah, a prophecy that there will be again a Khilafah established with the will of Allah based upon the prophetic methodology. Number 3, Abu Khalid al-Hijazi in his article question and answer explanation of the hadith about the 5 periods of rule in Musnad Ahmad state, as for the term Adan, it means baiting, and here it is used metaphorically to mean that the rulers will hold on to power as if they were baiting onto power, and this is why the scholars refer to this period to be the inheritance rule. This is period that is stated with Muawiyah radiallahu anhu, who appointed his son Yazid to power. This period continued until 1924, when the last remains of the Ottoman Khilafah was dismantled, and there is no Ottoman Khilafah. There is no Khilafah Ottoman. The Khilafah ended with the Abbasiyya, so this is a mistake. The Khilafah, there was no Ottoman Khilafah. It was then replaced with the pseudo-democratic secular nationalist state which oppressed its masses. These states brought turmoil and killings on its people of a scale which humanity had never seen before, and they replaced the Sharia with the man-made law and neglected the law of God, the masjid and the courts of nikah. We will nowadays the Sharia is only a place of nikah. Even the Qadi's court, I think they will remove it. We should remember that even this understanding cannot be considered as a definitely correct understanding, but when we compare the realities as described in the hadith, the application which we have described here is in line with the reality. The sincere observant of history and global politics will appreciate that the hadith talks about our times indeed, and that there is no doubt that we are in the period of Mulkan Jabri, the oppressive rule, and very soon the Ummah will establish the prophesied Khilafah al-Rashida, inshallah. To conclude, whether someone adopts that biting and oppressive rules applies to the previous Khilafah, or that only biting rule applies to the Khilafah and oppressive rule applies to our time today, then this doesn't change the fact that the Khilafah will return once again, inshallah. That is the 5th period of the hadith. Alhamdulillah, we are living at the time when there is Khilafah. The Khilafah has already returned. And Alhamdulillah, maybe this Khilafah will go and settle in Jerusalem, Al-Aqsa. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us success and to accept our brothers who have passed before us.